Hello and welcome to this video review for Trader Joe's Highland Single Malt Scotch Whiskey, aged 10 years, matured in oak cask. Alexander Murray and Company Limited, Aberdeen, Scotland. So that's who gets this made for Trader Joe's. That's who got the deal for them. And if you look at the Alexander Murray and Company website, sorry for shaking the bottle, you'll notice that they have an almost identical bottle design for their products, except it says Alexander Murray, and then it'll have the description with the same symbol in the background with the year. So they just applied their label to the Trader Joe's private label. It says established 1967, that's when Trader Joe's was established. It has a bit of a plastic lettering raised on this kind of parchment paper. 40% alcohol, aged 10 years, from the Highland region. We don't know what distillery. If you look on Alexander Murray and Sons website, some of the distilleries they'll disclose, and some, if you click on the whiskey, it'll say the distillery asked that we not disclosed who it was. So, all right. There's no website for this, so I'll read the bottle. The Highland region is the heartland of malt whiskey distillation in Scotland. Specially selected to represent the best of Highland whiskies, Trader Joe's Highland Single Malt Scotch has been matured in oak cask for 10 years. It has a golden honey color and a floral nose, with hints of diced apples, toffee, and a smooth oaky finish. That complex, huh? There are a couple of video reviews for it, but maybe like literally two. And one of them, they're reviewing two different whiskeys in the same video, so I don't understand that, exactly why you want to do that. There's 27 reviews on distiller.com, and they hate it. They're giving it a 56. So 56 out of 100. They're basically saying it's undrinkable, do not buy it. I paid $23.99. So if it's as bad as they say, I haven't really lost too much on it. I thought the 8-year age Trader Joe's was good at first, then I started having second thoughts about it. When I put it in competition, it bombed. Okay, we have real cork. Not rubber, not a twist cap. Okay, here we go. I've never before had it. Just opened this bottle, and I bought it 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago. 2 years and some months. Okay. And no, whiskey will not age in the bottle. Aging is done in the barrel. Once it comes out the barrel in the bottle, that's the end of the aging. There is something floating in here. So there's floaties. It's clear. Mostly it's like a burnished gold, deep gold to almost with even copper, let's say amber notes. So it's pretty. I don't understand this floaty stuff going on. Oh well. For better or worse, you say single malt for $23.99. Yeah, that was the price. 750 milliliters. It does have a honey note. Honey nose, like almost like a honey top white bread and white bread crust. I think that's a good description. Barley bread though. There's a small amount of peatiness, but it's minimal, but it's present. There's an oiliness in the mouthfeel. There's the white bread crust. I'm not detecting any harsh edges or bite on it. Started to notice that as I kept sipping through the 8-year. I have some of that left. It started becoming very bitey, and not in a good way. Medium bodied, mostly dry finish. There is sweetness in the flavor though. A lot of these whiskeys would be pretty sugary sweet, and this one's no exception. So sweet white bread. You know, if you look at a loaf of white bread and read the ingredients, they're loaded with sugar. Or they have a reasonable amount of sugar, I should say. Nice, widely spaced alcohol legs. You can see that. You can see the body on it. Has some medium body. I like the way it roils around in an oil way, like light 3-in-1 oil. First taste, it's great. First taste. Now, how is it going to pan out in competition? Time will tell. When you drink a whiskey, or this is me talking from my experience, when I taste a whiskey in isolation, I'll oftentimes be like, oh man, this is really good. I love all these qualities of it. And then sometimes I'll put it in competition. Does terrible. Blind taste test. Or sometimes I'll put it in competition, like back with the Michael Collins Irish whiskey, and it shines. You know, it just really holds its own. And if it doesn't even outright win all the battles. So I think this is going to do well. Can't say for sure, but I assume it's going to do well. So this is a great price. $23.99. That's about the same price that Albertsons has the Glencullen 10-year going for. That's a Speyside. That one's kind of bitey too, as I've been sipping through it. That's from the Sazerac company. They bottle it here, but you know, it's made for them. Sazerac has a lot of different Scotch whiskey brands, most of which are obscure and most people haven't heard of, but they have a few that are well known. So I'll go with a 9.4 out of 10. A most excellent product. Just goes to show you, can you find a single malt Scotch whiskey for under $25? That's most excellent. Well, Alexander Murray, and they are an independent bottler. They don't produce their own whiskey, but they have been doing the bottling and the picking. You know, they select whiskey's been doing that for decades and decades. You did a great job with this. It's a great bargain. So laissez les bon temps relais. Don't believe the reviews. It is definitely not a 56 out of 100. It's a 9.6, a 96 out of 100. Sorry, 9.4, 9.4 out of 100 from the initial tasting, subject to change. And I'm going to end this review by saying, laissez les bon temps relais. Y'all go to Scotland and take a distillery tour.